So Meronne Teklu is an advocate for equity, a purpose-driven leader, and a lifelong learner. Currently, she's the Director of Strategy at ERP Resources Incorporated, a minority-owned, veteran-owned small business working to achieve growth for clients through innovative strategy. Previously, she worked as a manager at Deloitte Consulting Limited Liability Partnership, supporting C-suite leaders in the private and public sector with the Business Transformation and Technology Initiative. Ms. Teklu serves on the Board of Governor for Visit Alexandria, Board of Director for Alexandria's West End Business Association, Chair of Alexandria City's Economic Opportunity Commission, member of the Virginia 8th Congressional District Democratic Committee, and was recently honored as the 2022 Alexandria Chamber of Commerce 40 Under 40 Award winner. Let's hear a few words from our keynote speaker. Please put your hands together for Ms. Meronne Teklu.
Thank you, everybody. I am so honored to be here with you tonight. I want to bring everyone greetings from the 4th Annual Dinknesh Awards ceremony. I want to also extend a heartfelt thank you to the event organizers for thinking of me, for inviting me into your space here tonight, and for honoring phenomenal women in the Ethiopian American diaspora community. My name is Meronne Teklu, and I'm the proud daughter of Ethiopian immigrants. I was born in Alexandria and raised here in Northern Virginia. And today, I would like to take some time to share with you my story, lessons I have learned from my experiences, and why I believe that empowering women means empowering us all. But before I talk about myself, I really have to start with my story that begins with my parents. They left Ethiopia in the 80s at a time where military corruption and government aid was not to be found. And in that time, there were thousands, hundreds of thousands, as you all know, killed during the Derg regime. And so they came here to Virginia specifically, seeking better opportunities and in pursuit of the American dream. This is a common story for many immigrants and many of us here in this room tonight. Through their trials and tribulations and learning the American way, they taught me the importance of hard work, of perseverance, of education, and giving back to our community. So as a child, my passion for service was very much sparked by my mother, Mrs. Nini Legessa, who's here tonight. She can wave to everybody. She and a group of close friends established what is now today the Wegene Ethiopian Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to rebuilding families, one child at a time. This organization, founded 23 years ago, was where I learned very early in my youth that I can make a change in the world. They showed me through their dedication, grace, and resiliency that women really can do it all. They can be successful in their careers, they can take care of their families, and they can make a difference in their community. With their support, I spent my summers and weekends fundraising, organizing bake sales in the Washington, D.C. area with what is now called the Wegene Youth Club. Soon enough, our volunteering efforts grew, and today it's a vibrant community of over 100 youth members that are continuing the work. The Wegene board and team are here tonight, so I just want them to give a wave and thank them for their support. As a student, I was always interested in leadership, and I was always involved in my community, whether it was serving in student government or organizing for Black Lives Matter. I graduated with my bachelor's degree from the College of William and Mary here in Virginia, where I studied African and Black history, as well as computer science. I was exposed early on that the field of technology does not include a lot of women. unfortunately. And there I found that there were not many role models that I could look up to really see myself in the field. My computer science teachers, mostly men, continuously told me that I would not succeed. Perhaps I should find another place to work and study. Well, luckily enough, I landed my first job out of college at a technology startup in Washington, D.C. And there I grew my experiences and learned that, hey, I can do this, and it takes one person to pave the way for future generations. And so that job initially landed me my next role as a technology consultant with a large professional services firm known as Deloitte, where I worked as a manager supporting C-suite leaders from chief technology officers to chief information officers, building new solutions and technology strategies to help with today's market. My clients included government agencies and Fortune 500 companies, and our work impacted millions of people across the United States. I was also fortunate enough to help lead women in technology initiatives and remain passionate about ensuring that other women can enter the technology field and STEM field at large. Today, I'm the director at ERP Resources, a minority-owned and veteran-owned small business here in Virginia, working to achieve growth for clients through innovation. But outside of work, I still remain committed to the community and am involved in various nonprofits and community organizations. My family, my professional and personal experiences have helped shape me into who I am today. They taught me how to advocate for others, how to succeed in environments where I may be the only one in the room that look like me. And they also told me that to advocate for change and democracy, we all have a role to play. And so my interests being a shared identity as a Black woman, as an Ethiopian American, as balancing both worlds of honoring our Ethiopian heritage while embracing the American identity was something that I struggled with and still try to find my place in the world today. I also decided early on with my disillusionment of what is happening in our communities as seen by our last president, I'll refer to him as president number 45, who consistently told and spewed rhetoric against immigrant communities, against women, against anyone that looked different than himself. And that was something that I could not stand for whatsoever. And I thought, wow, if this guy can make it all the way to the top of the United States of America, then who am I to not try to make a difference myself? And so in that same year where we had a president leading a government insurrection on the US Capitol, I decided to run for public office. In 2021, kicking off Women's History Month, I launched my first campaign for Alexandria City Council, hoping to win one of 6 seats at large in the city of Alexandria. Unfortunately, we did not win, but the campaign has still lived on today, many of whom are supporters of mine from when I was a child, or those supporters that met me on the campaign trail. I was very fortunate to have supporters not just from Alexandria, but across the country, and some even in Ethiopia, who would message me online, encouraging me, sending me words of wisdom, and just sharing their excitement to see a young Ethiopian American woman deciding to make a difference in her community. I am very proud and eternally grateful for all of those who had supported me in that endeavor. With less than 100 days on the campaign trail, we won hearts and minds. We had over 100 volunteers, over 250 donations to our campaign, and won over 6,600 votes in the city of Alexandria. I also want to share with you that, again, being a Black woman living in 2 different cultures and 2 different identities, it can be difficult to navigate. But one thing that I know for certain is that when we neglect our history, all hope is lost. Africans and African women in particular have been making history. And if we erase their voices from our textbooks, from our memories, we lose the very foundation of what makes our Black identity. And we know that our history is powerful as Ethiopians. It includes Ethiopian women leaders such as Empress Taitu, who without her and her involvement in the Battle of Adwa, Ethiopia would not be the independent, uncolonized country that it is today. We have strong, prominent leaders in our midst, including those awardees tonight, who will be awarded for lifetime achievement, academic achievement, community service, and leadership. These phenomenal awardees have powerful, resilient stories to tell, and I can't wait to celebrate with you all tonight and share in their stories. But I want you to leave knowing that each one of us in this room has the power to make a change. With a tribe of supporters behind you, you can do anything. And I want to personally thank my tribe of supporters, my family, my friends, and my fiance, Govan, who continuously support me every day in doing all these crazy things in life. But I want to close and share a quote from one of my favorite authors, Maya Angelou, who says, "Each time a woman stands up for herself, without knowing it possibly and without claiming it, she stands up for all women." Women throughout history have been change makers, community leaders, and trailblazers. So today, as we celebrate the contributions of Ethiopian American women and recognize International Women's Day, let us make the promise that the impact and power of women should not be limited to 1 month, should not be limited to 1 day, but we should celebrate each other every day, 365 days of the year. Because without women, the world cannot thrive. And when women thrive, we build a more just, equitable world, and we desperately need that in today's moment. So thank you, Amaseganalo. I appreciate your time.